such nonce forms, namely the aorist infinitives in A. Curiously, what has been said about these forms is that, well, A looks like a distraction. Distraction is the meaningful term. You have one vowel, then you repeat it twice, you distract them. Then my question is, if this is a distraction, why do you only double your vowels in the aorist? Because present would be just as well. So what it means is that the origin of this weird form should be sought specifically in thematic aorists. And the solution I'm offering here in the middle of the page is that the poets, when we're now in the middle of page 13, right? When the poets had to deal with a form like balehen, which after the loss of age had contracted to balen and stopped being metrically useful, what they could do, they used a four-part analogy, the proportional analogy, which remains one of the most powerful mechanisms in the language change. And the trigger for the analogy were the futures. Because, and this is this is actually quite simple. I'm worried that nobody came up with this, but since in Greek the so-called liquid futures had the suffix ehe or echo, that is with an extra vowel, by the time this phonological process, namely the loss of age, were kicking in, and something like balehen turned into balen, in the future they still had longer forms and shorter forms available. And since there was vacillation on the one side of the range, they could produce an analogical form for the aorist as well. What is the methodological point here is that when we talk about poetic language and artificial creations and magical lengthenings, it is not that poets have agreed to just lengthen their vowels or drop their consonants or distract things. In my experience, and I would like to turn this eventually into a larger project, whenever we deal with an artificial creation, it is driven by the same mechanisms as changes in the natural language are driven. And it's totally fine that something like that takes place in the poetic language, because there are demands of its own right, and it doesn't happen in the vernacular. But the mechanism itself is the same. So poetic language is, in a way, with all mutatis, the necessary mutandis, a language of its own right.